All right, I think we can all agree that school can be incredibly stressful. And when it comes to the financial aspects of school, there can be a ton of stress in that category alone. Now, the good news is that if you have a clear understanding of your tuition and financial requirements on a semester by semester basis while you're in your program, then you can actually eliminate a lot of stress right away. And so if you want a free Excel spreadsheet, one that I put together and used on myself when I was in PT school, that's been designed in order to give you that clear understanding of your tuition and expense requirements each and every semester, then I want you to stick around and watch this video. What's going on, everyone? It's Jim here, and today I'm giving you a free Excel spreadsheet that can help you understand your tuition requirements that you're going to need to take care of for each and every semester that you're in your program. Now, this is my gift to you. It is completely free. You'll find it on my website, and to get there, just check out the description box below. I've put a link. Just click on it. It will take you there. You can download the file, and then it is yours to do with as you please. Now, this is the story behind why I created the spreadsheet. When I got into PT school and I started getting ready for my first semester, I realized that I actually didn't have an understanding of what my tuition requirements are going to be for each semester. And one of the reasons was that I didn't know what the exact cost per credit was while I was in school. And this was incredibly frustrating, not just for me, but for my fellow classmates as well. None of us were given a clear description or even written statement of what our credit costs were going to be. And so what I did is, after going to the department and finding out what the credit cost was for while I was in school, I then created this spreadsheet so that I could have a clear understanding of what my financial requirements were going to be while I was in the program. For me, just having that clear understanding of what I was going to need to take care of on a semester by semester basis, it just made a massive difference for me in terms of taking down my stress. And so in order to use this spreadsheet, you just have to know a couple of things. You're going to need to know which courses you're taking each semester and what the course credit is for that particular course. And then you're just going to need to know how much it costs for each credit that you're taking. And again, you can find that out really easily by going to the right departments within your school. They'll give you that information. And from there, you just plug it into the spreadsheet and it'll start calculating out all of your costs and requirements. Now, if you're not very confident with using Excel, don't worry, because all you really have to do is just type a couple of numbers into a couple of different cells, or boxes as I sometimes call them, and you'll be good to go. And I'm going to give you a video here explaining how to use that spreadsheet so you can follow along. Now again, this spreadsheet is yours. It's free to do with as you please. So if you need to change the order or change the colors or change it up however you want, you're more than welcome to do so. I have no need for it anymore, and so what I want to do is I want to share it with you because you're working as hard enough as it is in school. You've got enough to deal with. You've got enough stress. And so again, if I can give you anything that's going to help take care of that stress and just help you out in any way, that's what this channel is all about. So it's my gift to you. Now, the only thing that I ask is that if you download the sheet and you use it and you find it of any sort of value, that you would then hit the like and subscribe button so that you can help me grow this channel. And as well, when you do that, it helps me to get a better understanding of the content that you're finding useful, and that helps me direct my efforts to give you more content that can help benefit you. All right, so that's enough rambling out of me. Now let's show you how to use this spreadsheet.
Okay, so when you download the file and open it up, this is going to be the first tab that you see. So if you look down here in the bottom left, this is the financial tracking sheet. And this is the blank sheet that's all set up and ready to go for you. I've given you a couple of examples here, but as well, there is an example sheet that I've included from back in the day when I was in school. And so if we click on that, you're going to see kind of what I filled out as I went along. And you'll note that when I had courses that had kind of groupings of things together, I just highlighted those so I could kind of have a little bit of a better visual reference for kind of keeping everything straight. I'm just a very visual person, so that's how I like to do it. So if you have any questions at any point, you can reference this example sheet, and hopefully that's going to help you out. Now you'll notice here that if you do see some cells where there's a bunch of little hash marks there, all that just means is that the number is a little bit too big to be displayed in the size of the box. So there's a couple of ways that you can quickly fix that. One is you can come up here and you can manually adjust the width by clicking and dragging like that. I'm going to undo that. Or the other thing is you can come up here and right on the edge of the H and I bar there, you can just double click when you get that icon and it'll automatically widen it to whatever width it's going to need to be. So just like that. We can do it over here as well. And again, if I wanted to, I could double click that and widen it up just like that. So if you ever run into those, that's kind of how you deal with that. You can also zoom in too. So if I hold down the control button and then kind of scroll with my mouse, I can zoom in, and sometimes that'll clear it up. But again, this is the sheet that you're going to want to reference if you do have any questions about anything. So if we go back to the financial tracking sheet now, here's how it's going to work. So in case you have two different costs for your credit hours, which sometimes students do, there's two different boxes up here. And you'll notice that some of these boxes have a red arrow tab up in the right-hand corner. And all that means is I've included the note there. And so if you hover over any of those little boxes with the red tab there, it'll just give you a little bit of note or some more insight. Now, again, you can change the text of anything that you want to say here. This is kind of how it worked for me. So when I was in PT school, 500 and 600 level courses were $910 a piece. That pains me to say, but that's what it was. And then the upper level ones were actually $990. So we need two different values in order to kind of let Excel know which value to calculate from. Now, again, you can adjust these values however you need to. You just click on it and then you would type in a different value. You don't have to type in the dollar signs. I've got Excel all ready to do that. So let's say that this was $900. I've got it highlighted, and then I just from there, click my 900 and hit enter, and you'll start to see that everything is getting adjusted already through there. Now again, I'm just going to undo that real quick. But again, the same thing here. If this was $500, boy, that'd be lovely. And then again, that would go from there. Now nothing adjusted because I don't have anything set up in these cells to display that cost. So now you come down here and you're going to want to click each one of these to rename whichever courses you want to. So if this was, you know, anatomy, call it whatever you want, 101, something like that. And then you could say gross anatomy or whatever you wanted. And then now you've kind of got your course name in there. Now from here, depending on how many credits your course is worth, you just change that value. So click there. And let's say this was worth 5 credits. You'd hit 5 and then hit enter. And you'll see that Excel is already going to calculate that out. And everything is changing as a result. Now again, the credits, the totals will change automatically and the cost total. The only thing you have to enter are the course names and titles, the number of credits for that course, and then the cost per credit. So if this was a $990 credit hour course, you just come in here and hit B. And it doesn't have to be capitalized, you can do lowercase. But then again, Excel is going to calculate that out for you. So I'll just undo some of those things. And then again, that's going to be the same case for all of these semesters. So you'll have a semester breakdown, but then again, if you wind up calculating everything through each year, you'll have the year total as well. Everything's going to be displayed down here, which I'll get to in a minute. Now, so again, if I had a course here, and let's say it was 4 credits, and it was the $910 credit hour courses, I would hit A, and then again, I hit enter, and then the calculation is there. And let's say I had a couple of courses like that. So I'm going to fill those in there, fill those in there. And again, now I got my little hash marks there. So I'm just going to expand that out a little bit. And that's how that breakdown works. Now, once you do that and you come down to here, you're going to get your year 1 totals. And again, from there, there's a couple extra boxes here that we'll talk about here in a second. And real quick, I'll just say that, again, this was set up in the order based on how I went through school. We started in the summer and then went to the fall and then the spring semesters. But you can put these in any order you want. It's totally up to you. This is just how I built it because this was the order for me when I was in school. Now, if we come down here, there's an extra box because sometimes there's extra fees that get tacked on for a school year. And so if you want to, you can add those in. You don't necessarily have to. But again, there's just a little note there saying that you can if you want. So on the example sheet here, if I scroll down here, I had a couple of different general fees, and I don't even know what a technology fee was and all that sort of fun stuff, but had to pay for those. So I just built boxes for that. And again, that just kind of factored in an additional cost there from the tuition as well. Now, what's worth pointing out here is that when we go back to the sheet here, the year one totals are also going to now be affected based on the information that you put down here. So this is for if you have any student loans or financial aid. This is going to help you determine how much of your tuition is going to be covered by those and how much you still might have to pay out of pocket. So I usually had to pay a bit out of pocket every semester. So let's say that you took out a federal loan, and let's say it was $10,000 for, well, let's actually do the fall semester here. No, let's do the summer semester. Let's say, but you took out a $10,000 loan, which, not $100. Boy, that's not much of a loan. Let's change that into, actually let's change that into 1,000 because we only have 4,000, approximately $4,500 put in. So just to make the math work easily here, I'll put, you got a $1,000 loan, you hit enter, and now again, it's going to let you know that for the summer, you've got a total of $1,000 financial support. Your tuition was $4,500, and so if you've only got $1,000 of financial support, you're going to have to find a way to pay $3,550 out of pocket. Now there's another box here too, just in case you had another loan, and you can put more boxes in if you want. And let's say this was a $3,000 loan that you took. Now again, you only have $550 left to pay. And again, the grand total cost is going to be factored in down here based on what the total of your year one is minus your year one support totals. So again, if we look on the example sheet, we're going to see that for the first year for me is approximately $32,000 essentially. And then with my loans that I entered here, I wound up having to essentially pay $8,000 out of pocket. Thankfully, I had some money saved up because otherwise I probably would have had to take out a couple of more loans, and I certainly didn't want to do that. So the good news is that if you learn all about this first column here, and again, I'll go back to here for an example, all these columns are exactly the same. So this column here for year one is the exact same as year two and year three. And so all you have to do is just kind of figure out how to use the first column, and then you'll be good for the second and third one as well. So that's really it for the spreadsheet. Again, feel free to make changes however you want. You can adjust things to suit your own needs if you got to rearrange things or add more things. The spreadsheet, totally just do what you want with it. I'm just hoping that it helps you out. Again, I know that it's laid out in a way that might not be ideal for everyone, but if it does help you out, feel free, again, to use it. I'm really hoping that it can help cut down on any sort of financial stress or uncertainty that you might have as you're going through school.
Now, in addition to this spreadsheet, there's plenty of other great resources that you can use to help you out with the financial aspects of school and kind of navigating that whole world. And so if you've used anything that you have found to be helpful, then please leave it in the comment section below so that you can help other individuals as well. This little spreadsheet, if it does help you out, it's just a drop in the bucket, and I'm hoping we can all come together and pile all sorts of great tips and resources and information in the comment section below. So that's really all I've got for today's video, everyone. I'm hoping you can take this spreadsheet, do whatever you want to do with it, and I'm hoping it's going to benefit you some way and somehow. And I know that, again, you're doing great things out there, and so again, I just want to hear what you're up to. Please leave it in the comment section below. I will gladly read them and respond to them as best as I can. It just fills me with so much joy and so much life when I see you guys making good things happen on your end. And so with that being said, keep taking care of yourselves, keep looking after others. I'm sure you're doing great things, and I want to hear all about it. And so with that being said, I'm going to leave it at that. You guys take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video.